Chinese officials released a photo of J-16 flying at high altitude. Two J-16s were equipped with 4 types of air-to-air missiles, the most impressive of which is the PL-17 ultra-long-range air-to-air missile. The appearance of PL-17 is to inform the enemy that aircraft outside its defense zone are no longer safe. In recent years, the U.S. military proposed the Rapid Dragon plan. The strategy is to rely on a large number of stealth cruise missiles to swamp the Chinese fleet. Basically, it uses C-17 and C-130 transport aircraft to launch cruise missiles with a range of 926 kilometers by dropping pallets outside the combat zone, and it has been verified, and Japan also has plans to imitate it. Instead of passive air defense, it is better to attack transport aircraft. The biggest reliance of potential enemies is air power, and the core reliance is early warning aircraft. The PL-17 is designed to shoot down large fighter aircraft such as AEW. It is widely speculated that the PL-17 has a range of 400 kilometers, and when several air-to-air missiles of the Chinese Air Force are mounted on a fighter plane, the size of the PL-17, which is 6 meters long, is even more evident, and thanks to the technological progress in propellant and propulsion methods in recent years, 400 kilometers is no problem. In addition to the size, let's talk about 2 aspects that will improve the range of the PL-17. One is the missile body design and the other is the engine. In terms of missile body, PL-15 adopts a smaller wing and tail than PL-12, while PL-17 only has 4 smaller tail fins, and has achieved extreme drag reduction design for range, similar to the evolution of Hongqi 16. But such flight control is difficult. Conventional missile controls mainly include tail control, canard control, and wing control. There are 2 possibilities for how the PL-17 maneuvers. The first is a small rudder control with only the tail fin, sacrificing maneuverability. The second type is unconventional control, that is, adding a thrust vector control device such as a gas rudder to the tail, or adding a side-thrusting microrocket to the missile body, and controlling the flight attitude through rocket ignition. For example, the Hongqi 17 air defense missile uses side-propelled rockets to complete the turn. The PL-17 is most likely to adopt unconventional control. In terms of engines, the air-to-air missile engine actually only works for a short time, and then enters the gliding stage until it hits the target. Conventional engines only have acceleration gliding, while dual-pulse engines isolate fuel into several segments, and each segment controls ignition independently. The whole process becomes acceleration gliding, thereby increasing the range. The PL-17 may also use a dual-pulse engine, but the dual-pulse engine is no longer the optimal air-to-air missile engine. The next-generation variable thrust solid propellant rocket engine can dynamically adjust thrust. For example, slowly accelerating with 10% or 20% of the thrust can make the range longer and the average speed higher. Some researchers have published papers on the use of variable thrust engines on fighter jets, and the simulation results show that, if the PL-15's dual-pulse engine is replaced with a variable thrust engine, the effective range can be extended from 200 kilometers to more than 300 kilometers. Then if the PL-17 uses a variable thrust engine, the range will exceed 600 kilometers. However, the progress of the variable thrust engine is being kept confidential. No matter which engine is used, the PL-17 will exceed the guidance range of the fighter itself. Therefore, non-stealth aircraft like the J-16 launch missiles in the rear airspace, and J-20 and stealth drones within the defense zone, or early warning aircraft outside the defense zone, guide the attack. The PL-17 has a combination of a 2-way data link and an AESA seeker. It also has an optical window on the side of the missile's nose that indicates the infrared seeker, which will make it harder to jam. According to PLA practice, the disclosure of PL-17 not only means that it has entered service, but also that a more powerful version has appeared and is being kept secret. Please stay tuned.